taken a hit amid overwhelmingly unpopular immigration and deportation operations. According to the latest poll, his approval rating stands at 36%, down 4 points from just last month. And a year into President Trump's second term, 3 new polls show more voters now say Joe Biden did a better job as president than Donald Trump. A Harvard-Harris poll found 51% of registered voters say Trump is doing a worse job than Biden versus 49% who say he's doing better. The latest Rasmussen poll found 48% of likely voters say Biden did a better job as president compared with 40% who chose Trump. And a new YouGov Economist poll found 46% of U.S. adults say Trump is doing a worse job than Biden compared with 40% who say he's doing better. We're going to dig into a little bit of the mentality behind those numbers with Matt Bartlett, who was a former U.S. State Department appointee during Trump's first term. Also with us, the host of When We Win with Maya Rupert podcast, Maya Rupert. She's managed mayoral and presidential campaigns. And she also has a new book out, The Real Ones. It is out now. I am holding my copy quite proudly. I cannot wait to dig in, and congratulations on publishing it. So let's just kind of start here with the politics behind the polling. Immigration is obviously the issue lending the most impact, something Trump once rode in on with positive approval. And now that the country sees what he's doing, it's falling. So for Republicans who have had a winner on this, when you watch the way the administration has overstepped with their deportation agenda, are there Republicans who can get this back on track, or is this just the White House's show and they're along for the ride? Yeah, great question, and I'm not sure you can get this one back on track. As you said, immigration, illegal immigration, a very legitimate issue in our country, one of the president's strongest political issues. And what happened? His own administration neutralized it. Typically in politics, it takes a lot of political jiu-jitsu to make your opponent's strength a weakness. This wasn't Democrats doing it. This was his own administration coming up short in very sad, horrific, maybe historic ways. Now you're seeing the pendulum swing. Years of open border criticism reflected in polling, Americans wanted change. Now you're seeing open cruelty, and that pendulum is swinging right back. I think that's right. And I'm wondering the ways you see Democrats trying to maneuver around this issue. Yes, they're pushing for accountability, but is there something more for a party that, frankly, has lacked a coherent immigration strategy over the last decade? Absolutely. There are 2 pieces. There's the enforcement piece, and more you're seeing a shift toward the idea that immigration enforcement can exist without being inhumane. That's becoming a more mainstream Democratic position. But then there's the broader issue. Immigration used to be an entire system, not just enforcement. It included pathways to citizenship, fixing asylum processes, and a comprehensive approach. That conversation is coming back because immigration can't just be about deportation. Looking ahead to the midterms, Democrats are also trying to use the Epstein issue as a way to break through to voters who may question whether the administration is as honest as it claims. It's complicated. Epstein should be about transparency and justice for victims. Politically, though, it fractures trust and feeds the perception that government isn't always telling the truth. That creates very legitimate questions among voters. Democrats are also trying to tie this into a broader message, that there's one system for elites and another for everyone else. That connects not just to Epstein and immigration, but to affordability and cost of living concerns. That takes us back to 2024. When Republicans won by focusing heavily on pocketbook issues, prices, groceries, quality of life. Now Democrats are attempting a similar strategy in key battleground districts. The question is whether they can stay disciplined with that message. Because voters are increasingly frustrated with a system they feel is rigged, whether it's affordability, accountability, or fairness. Republicans now face a paradox. They ran on affordability and economic relief, but must also defend policies and controversies tied to the current administration. 2024 was a massive year politically, but conditions now feel very different. And the bigger question isn't just party performance, it's the American pocketbook. Affordability remains the driving force, and what brought voters in could also push them away. Right now, there's little messaging or policy that clearly shifts that trajectory. It's shaping up to be a rocky road politically, with much of it stemming from decisions already made. And yet, there's still a lot of time before November. Every week brings new developments, and the political landscape can change quickly.